Hi Virgo family, I have a lot of sixth house energy in me, so I have a lot of Virgo in me. I feel your energy quite up close and personal. I felt this month won't be eventful for you. First, because the eclipse this month is in hidden, more subtle house, and all the outer planets are working in positive energy with you. So I thought this would be an uneventful month for you, but that's the mystery of Virgo that's revealing itself to me, that there is no dull moment. You are active even in restful periods. Normally, when Sun is in the 12th house for signs, they rest. It's a typical period before the Sun lights up the sign on their birthday. But your house of rest has fire sign in it. There is no rest, no respite. You are on a mission and doing majority of your work silently behind the scenes. When the world is sleeping, Virgo is at work. You regenerate with fire action. So, the highlight of the month is the fire behind the scenes that you're burning, though the energy of the month completely transforms second half of the month, especially close to your birthday. You start coming out of the coming out in the front, and we end at a completely different note. As we enter the month, Sun is in Leo, joy, confidence, over the top energy around you. But while the rest of the world is sunning, having a summer holiday, you are working. You're working before the sun comes into your sign, before your birthday season. Most people start working on themselves after the sun throws the light on their sign. But for you, no, that's not true. You got fire before the sun comes in your sign because you want to be fully prepared. It has to be perfect before the light falls on you, not after. So you're working before behind the scene, trying to perfect your craft. While yes, it's eclipse season, I talk in detail in my July video about the 27th July lunar eclipse, the longest eclipse of the century that happened at 4-degree Aquarius. It affected 0 to 10 degree or end August born Virgo the most in your health and day-to-day work sector, pushing you to release what's not working for you in your core sector. Your sector of Virgos, this is very core to you. It's a sector of taking care of your health, how you handle your day-to-day work routine, and major effect of that will trickle down this month as the energy of that eclipse stays with us for 6 months, but the eclipse works most potently in its first month. And this eclipse was in trine and positive energy with you, so it supports you. This whole working on your health, your day-to-day routine comes very core and flows for you. It helps you, it supports you. Also, the Venus was in first house in your sign in Virgo. It's anyways a good time to work on your appearances, on your physical well-being. So that would have come to light over the last couple of days and will continue to be the focus as a run up to your birthday. Mars will continue to be squared by Uranus till September, whereby your inspiration or desire to go after different long-term goals or philosophy or for different education or higher learning, you would be urged to make a change in your work and health sector. So this whole eclipse would have triggered out a sudden action, springing you into action into improving your day-to-day routine. Again, this whole energy trines you. It works easier for you. It's core to you. Unlike the other signs, especially the fixed signs, who would have received that as a shock, you adapt it. You take it to like fish takes to water. So it's an easy energy for you. This phase for you is just getting back into your skin. Also, it requires a lot of courage and strength, but that's not new to you. You leave some pattern behind, but you rule this house of health and work. So you are the best at it. Just be careful of hurting your muscles because eclipses have a tendency to bring out some sensitive points, and this eclipse would have brought out muscles. So if you're starting a workout routine, etc., just be careful on that. Uranus is sudden action, so just be careful while driving as well. Be careful with your electronic devices, especially small accidents with electronic devices. Be careful on that because a lot of planets are retrograde and eclipses do make a lot of people act out of their skin. Now on 6th, Venus moves into your second house in Libra. So Venus now is sitting in its own house. It's very comfortable. It's about feeling good about yourself. It's about feeling good about your self-worth, your net worth. It can also make you a little bit restless and excited about achieving more and more in your financial stability because you see the wealth coming. But Saturn in your house of speculation is giving you a reality check from 9th of August, that don't go overboard. And you are a earth sign, you're a grounded sign, you don't normally go overboard. But Saturn is giving you another checkpoint on 9th of August. Just make sure you're not going overboard in terms of what you're gunning for. It's not about reducing your ambition, it's about not doing unreasonable speculations in business. This month is a great period for partnerships. Instead of initiating new, though, it's about getting along with the familiar and jibes well with Sun in the 12th of feeding your inner world of fantasy, pleasures. It's a great romantic vibe as well. So you may not be yet comfortable to disclose the romantic vibes if you have a relationship behind the scenes, but it feeds into your sensual side. So enjoy Venus in second. That the energy is there for the whole of the month. It's a beautiful energy to feel good about yourself. It's also a receptive phase, so you become more open to accepting love and abundance in your life, and that's important when you're going into your solar year. You're going into your birthday season. Being open to abundance is obviously an important thing to have. In August, you're closing out the eclipse season. We are going to have the last eclipse of the year, a new moon solar eclipse in your 12th house of subconscious. It's a very subtle energy because large part of the action will come in the second half of the month for you. But this subtle energy is very important. All that's hidden comes into fruition, comes into a head, and a new start begins on top of closing something old. That's 11th of August. Effect of this eclipse will be more potent for the next 1 month, while the effects will trickle down over the next 6 months. Now, last month's first eclipse, which happened in Cancer, which I talked about at the start of the July video, that was all about starting new social networks, bringing out, giving you a glimpse of what's to come for the next 2 years, you getting into more of the limelight, getting more into the large social networks, into new groups of people, new tribe. So all of that awareness on where you're going in terms of your social network would have brought out what you need to leave behind. That's what this last eclipse is about. It's about breaking old patterns that won't serve you in this new life that you're creating. It's about looking inwards, ending some addictive karmic behaviors that aren't going to serve you anymore, bringing you out of balance. So it's ending all of that bringing you out of balance. The 12th house is the house of undoing. So anything that can undo you in this new phase of life can bring you down, you are ending that. It's very much needed for you to soar higher. It's like a weight that's weighing you down. You're cutting it off so you can take off higher and faster. It can be painful as you must be attached to this something that you're cutting off, and you've been waiting for somebody else to cut the cord. But this eclipse comes so with so much thought process, so much enlightenment, because Mercury, your ruling planet, is part of this 11th August eclipse. Even if fate does not cut the cord, you will. Having personal planets in Leo will make this very specific. Like if you have Venus in Leo, then it would become about your love life. If you have Mercury in Leo, it will become about a new skill set emerging and getting rid of an old one. I have a full video on what happens if an eclipse hits your personal planet. I'll link it above so you can take a look at it. But largely for Virgos, it's about letting some patterns go. This eclipse is aspected by Mercury, which is your ruler, and it is in hard aspect with Jupiter, the benefic planet. Mercury is your ruling planet. As much as it adds youthfulness to you, Virgos, it also makes you overthink. It makes you expend a lot of energy in thinking, rethinking, and most of this thinking could be going deep and picking up demons of the past or negative thoughts or obsessive thoughts. Whenever the tide is about to turn, we doubt ourselves. That's inevitable. But Mercury retrograde in your 12th house has you go even more back and forth in your thoughts in a loop since end of July till third week of August, making your dream life vivid. It's like thinking, rethinking, even in your sleep about what you're going to do next. So you have analyzed this cord cutting, this ending a million times in your head. And Mercury would normally only spend 3 weeks in this sector, but this time it's going to spend 2 months in that. There is a purpose, there is a reason for this whole rework back and forth. So Mercury will go retrograde 3 times this year. It has already gone once, and this is the second one. Which means that it appears to move backward from Earth, taking us inward and reworking things. The retrogrades for you, for Mercury, all of this year will be in your psychological houses, and you have fire element in your psychological houses, which means that where other people are wallowing in sorrow or crying about it, you spring into action when a crisis hits, or when your emotions are hurt and feel like you feel like doing something about it instead of just staying in them. But this year, Mercury retrograde wants you to slow down, go inwards, feel the moment of letting go, especially this month, because this whole springing to action, though, is your strength. I mean, people go to you in crisis because of that, but then you don't heal yourself because of that. You're not going to like this delay. Let me be very clear with you. Unfortunately, you're not going to like the delay. Who likes the delay when they know success is coming? And after a flurry of couple of months of activity in your work and social houses, but this lag effect this month that you feel at the start of the month has a purpose. Having 7 planets retrograde have a purpose. Its important place is, it's like having time before harvest moon in September. That time is important for the seeds to mature fully for a golden harvest. Similarly, this time is important for you. It's giving you time to restructure your thinking, your mind, before you go full throttle out in the world, in the social network, facing all and everyone who is going to be or not going to be for you. In order to make your mark, it's making your inner self very strong, because communication and thinking houses are connected also to your money house directly, Virgos. So how you communicate, how you think internally have a direct implication in case of Virgos to the money house. The two houses are connected in your case. So it's not just about healing your past hurt, etc., which has been going on for some time, but it's about your ability to work through Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking pattern, so you can manifest consistently big wealth. So your thought process is consistently in a place, your mindset is in a consistently in a strong place to manifest wealth in your future, abundance in your future in a big way. And similarly, if you're going to access a large set of people and you're going to influence a large set of people, it's very important to have your own mind right before you get into that phase. As I explained last month, with the nodes moving in 2019, end of the 2018, and for the next 2 years, Virgos will be coming out into the light, being moving towards the top of the chart, as I said in the last meeting. So you are becoming more visible. Your exposure to the world is going to increase. This phase is very important. This whole awareness is coming with this eclipse, plus the eclipse is in hard aspect to Jupiter, which even in hard aspect helps you. It heals you. It's a benefic planet. None of this is easy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, because you are changing your thought patterns. They are not going to be easy. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, went direct finally last month after moving backwards since March, due to which its blessings were a little bit delayed, but now they start coming to you in your communication sector. It is sitting in your communication sector, helping your mentality, helping your thinking, giving you courage to handle your immediate environment. While your courage goes deep, Jupiter in Scorpio is all about healing what's dark in your chart. So if the events of the past few years, when you had Saturn in your family sector, where either something negative happened, or you had to work very hard on your family, or just inherited beliefs from your family were holding you back, this expansive thinking of Jupiter propels you forward by cleaning out all those old thought processes, all those "I told you you're not going to work out well in the world" thought process that has been holding you back. This Jupiter cycle is trying to expand your thinking and look beyond what you have been instilled from birth. Look beyond what people have told you about. about yourself. Look beyond the critical mentality that you have about yourself. The aim of this eclipse, even though it might be accompanied with ending, is in my view to support your mentality, your thought process, set you in the right state of mind to take what's coming. Because with success comes other things, as I said. So you're just getting ready for it all, and it's the last eclipse in this area for the next 19 years. Meditate, pay attention to your thought process, go inward, whatever you need to do. As it's a subtle one, but it's a crucial one. Take advantage of what it's teaching you. Let's see what happens after the eclipse. On 12th of August, Mars moves backward into Capricorn. It dips back in your fifth house of fun, romance, children, and Mars is the planet of drive. And it was there in May in that area, in your creative, fun, romance area, but it's coming back to rework a little bit. It's coming back to revisit some of the things that you might have done, either a speculative risk that you might have taken in your business during mid of May, or maybe a romance that was started in May and you're coming to revisit that, or maybe you're reviewing your parental skills. Now, Saturn is sitting in this area for some time as well for you, and it will continue to make you hard on your parenting skills, working hard on your children, putting an effort into your romantic life, putting an effort into creating fun for yourself, because you are one of those rare signs who works very hard in creating fun, because you like structure when you're having fun. You like structure in your relationships. You like structure in parenting. So when Saturn is sitting in that area as well, and it's already asking you to review how you parent, how you handle your love relationships, how you take responsibility in your love relationships. Mars coming over there gives you the extra drive, gives you the extra effort, gives you the oomph required to handle these. It gives you a little bit of more of a nudge in that direction, but it gives you a reverse nudge. So you are more of reviewing how you parent, you're reviewing how you handle your relationships. It's about looking back and then taking action again. So it's reworking in love and creative and business speculative houses. Now this will continue till September. It's a aspect live from 19th of August till a month, and Saturn will go direct as well in this area in September. So in September you should see the results of these improvements come through. Maybe a parenthood coming through, maybe a childbirth coming through, maybe a birth of a business idea where you've taken the risk coming through. So the manifestation or the results of that, like everything else, will come when the planets go direct in September. This is more of a rework improvement energy. Let's talk about the tide turning. Just a week after the eclipse, your ruling planet Mercury goes direct in your house of subconscious and makes a beautiful trine with Venus in your self-worth. This is excellent. Second half of the month is excellent for partnerships. It's excellent for love relationships. It's excellent for spending time with your partner. It's excellent for meeting a soulmate. Now from 19th of August, when Mercury, which is in your hidden side, in your sensual side, meets Venus, where you're feeling beautiful, amazing, great about yourself. That's a beautiful aspect to meet somebody, and it's not coming alone. It's coming with an aspect which is not going to be repeated for the next 150 years, which is Jupiter meeting Neptune in a trine aspect, which is a very positive aspect. It is the best feel-good energy that hits you on 19th of August. While that aspect is available to you from 11th to 25th of August, it's most potent on 19th of August. Now that brings spirituality, creativity, healing to pretty much everybody, all the signs. But why is it so important for you is that it's involving your seventh house of committed partnerships, marriage, business relationships, your close clientele who support you. That's where most of the positivity is flowing, and it's coming from a side of Jupiter already healing your mindset, your communication, your thought process. So the positivity of Jupiter having worked through, having healed your mindset, having healed what was hurt in your thinking, what was hurt in your communication and your relationships, that energy flows beautifully in manifesting a relationship for you. It will be a long-term relationship. This energy is not about frivolous love relationships. This is about meeting a soulmate. This is about creative partner. This is about getting a partner who will spiritually heal you. This is about meeting a partner where there is no illusion in mind, because Neptune has gone retrograde right now. So the illusion that comes with Neptune is currently off limits. You are working with your eyes fully open and your mind fully illuminated with the eclipse. So this is just in time for your birthday, right? So meeting a soulmate around your birthday and having such a positive energy during your birthday, having a good long-term partnership around your birthday is a beautiful energy to have. And that's what happened on 23rd of August. Your time begins, Virgo. Happy birthday. Virgo season begins on 23rd of August. Sun moves in your sign. Let's bring those beautiful self to light now. And as soon as the sun comes in your sign, it forms a part of a beautiful earth grand trine. Earth grand trine is a positive flow of energy between three planets who are sitting in earth signs just as you, and you are a earth sign yourself. So this grand trine brings a grounding, manifesting positive influence to you. Sun is involved in it, your sun is involved in it, so something manifests for you. What manifests for you is determined by where Saturn and Uranus are sitting. Now, I talked about it last month as well, because the Earth Grand Trine, the positive energy between Saturn and Uranus has been existing since May and will continue till September. But as the personal planets like Sun come into picture, they yield to manifestation of this just feel good energy. Saturn and Uranus coming together is about building something new and innovative on top of the old. So it could be about, because Saturn is in your fifth house, that's the old, it could be about building something new, using the new ideologies, because Uranus is in the house of philosophy. So you're acquiring new philosophy, new education. You've been traveling, meeting foreign people, bringing foreign people and new people, unique people into your existing business ventures, bringing foreign and unique people into your love life. Probably bringing some unique philosophies to your children, to how you parent. You're bringing about something completely unique on how you want to parent your children. All of that manifests with Sun coming into picture. You bring about that new partnership with the unique element. You bring about the change in your existing business with a new unique person or ideology coming into it. You manifest a new way of parenting your children or spending time with your children through some innovative idea that has stricken you. So this is put out into the world when this happens, second half of the month. Now this energy alone, Grand Trine alone, would just be a feel good energy. It could manifest materially because it's a Earth Grand Trine, but alone it might have been uneventful, and it's in existence for a long time. It was there last month as well. So what's new about this, apart from your sun in your sign meeting it, which is quite important? Sun in your sign meeting it makes it very up close and personal. What happens is on 26th of August, we have a full moon at 3° Pisces in your 7th house of relationships as well. That's what I was talking about. Last month we spoke, I told you upfront, there's nothing in love life for you last month. I'm sorry, you have to focus on your work. I spoke about it very openly to you at the start of the video. But the second half of the month is all about your partnerships. It's all about love. It's all about getting your best business partner, getting your best clientele for your business. So on 26th of August, when you have the light thrown on the sector of relationships, so that's what happens when a full moon happens. Sun throws its light on the moon, illuminating that sector fully, and your sector of relationships and partnership will be fully illuminated, bringing out any potential issues as well. It could bring out, because it's an opposition between the sun and moon, it's an opposition between what's good for you, what's good for your partner. But The relevance is being given to your partnership in this aspect, which means it's about how you manage your partnership, how you bring your partner along in this journey of success that you're going on to. How do you bring your business partner along in this journey of success that you're going on to? Are you taking people along with yourself, especially the ones who have helped you? Are you taking your clientele who brought you to where you are now along with you? So if you have any of your ascendant, sun, moon, or any personal planets between 0 to 7 degree of Virgo, that means you're a Virgo sun sign born between 23rd of August to 30th of August. This is a very personal full moon for you, and this is a personal full moon for all Virgos because the moon is forming an opposition to sun, and as I just explained, sun is in grand trine with Uranus and Saturn for you. This forms a very unique astrological configuration called a kite configuration. Kite configuration is very rare, and it brings about fated gains to the people directly affected by that. So especially for the Virgos born between 23rd August to 30th of August, this is monetary gains for you through partnerships. This is gain in business and speculative trades through partnerships. Moon and Pisces is very intuitive and emotional. It makes your love life more sensitive. It will make your partnerships more sensitive. So the effect of this full moon are for the next 2 weeks, but at the start of it you could feel very sore, very sensitive in your partnership. It could bring out what is out of balance in your partnerships to light. Are you taking your partner along, as I said, in your journey, or are you giving in too much? All of that will come out with this 26th August full moon to light. But the moon is very intuitive. It will ask you to be honest in your relationship. It will ask you to do what's required to make this partnership work. In some cases, if you are in a partnership out of a sense of obligation and you're compromising your well-being for it, this moon wants you to shake out of that partnership. It can be messy. Relationships are messy, Virgo. I know you don't like messy, but relationships are messy. Sun and moon in opposition, as I said, when it forms part of the grand trine, it's about reaping the results of bringing new partner in old business or new ideology in your existing business. You see the results of that. You see monetary gains for that. So giving the limelight to your partner, for example, in this season, or reworking what's needed in your partnership or culminating a partnership can actually bring requisite opposition required to manifest the material gains required in your business, or bring about the material gains in form of a child in your life. Handling your partnership appropriately could bring about that. Adding a newness to your partnership will bring about that. It could be about meeting an old lover, a kind of love you've been longing for in a foreign land, or meeting a partner of a completely different culture. You're looking to get something new and unique manifest in your life while continuing to put your efforts in the old that you have built in terms of your creativity, love, and children. It's about spicing up your love life as you sprinkle the new on the old and solidify a relationship. This moon opposition, this emotions coming out of the relationships, this whole light of being thrown in the sector is important for you to move forward. It's important for you to manifest what you're looking for going forward in September. So Virgos, we have intense forward motion second half of the month. We see the tide turn, and there is no stopping you after that. We see more of that in September when you move forward full steam ahead. Thank you and good luck.